What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Formula Turismo. In today's episode, we are going to be taking on the final challenge of the hard scenario mode. Let's see what it is.
Take the win after starting in 17th.
Justice for Singapore.
With the rain clearing, it looks like the Ferrari driver is taking a chance and fitting the dry tyres. He promised a performance today, and if this comes together, he stands a great chance of delivering just that.
We're sat in 17th. A win seems unlikely today, but we'll see what opportunities we get.
Okay, it's lights out and away we go. Okay, as you just saw there, for the beginning of this race, it is still raining, so I recommend that you actually drop down into lean revs at the very beginning of this race. Now, I know that was a terrible getaway, but it is raining at the beginning. Ooh, careful. It is raining at the beginning. You will be slow during this part of the race. There really isn't much you can do about that. The key at the beginning part is just take it nice and easy and don't spin off. If you can, try and make a couple of moves, but just keep the car on the track. That's the key to the beginning part of this race. You will be slow, there's nothing you can do about that, but don't worry, it will come back to you later on. Just take it nice and easy, use higher gears, it's short shift early, use the lead rev, just keep your car on the circuit. Just suffer through this bit of wetness on slick tyres, and you will be flying in a few laps' time. As you can see already, there's less spray on the circuit. Okay, well, there's that. Is that Bianchi? I'm not sure. Yeah, here especially, there's a lot of water in that corner. There's Jules Bianchi. Yeah, I'm going to let him go. He's faster than me. I can't keep up with him. Nice and steady. Not so easy in this game, given how crazy these cars are. Just like in real life, these cars have savage torque delivery in this game. Very savage torque delivery. For this straight here, I do like to put up into rich occasionally. Or every lap I try and get to rich mixture on this straight. Then I'll go back into lean for the corners, for the S's. But for the straight, I can go rich mix. There it is worth it. Oops, sorry, Bianchi. He's okay. He's okay. So yeah, just slowly but surely make your way through the S's, calmly and patiently while keeping your car on circuit. I'm doing better than I thought I would actually. Actually, so far I've already got back to where I started, and as you can see, there's far less rain on the circuit, even already just by lap 2. So it will come back to me, and it will come back to us. Just give it a couple of laps and it will come back to us. It will dry out very quickly. So let's see if we can get who's up ahead of us, and normally the graph doesn't say. Is it? See if I can get close enough. Who's up ahead of us? Can I take a look? I'm not sure. So that's, it's Gutierrez. Okay, let's see if I might be able to get him, I'm not sure. The management of fuel is everything in this scenario mode. That's the only thing you really can play with, in all honesty. And it does make a difference, it does help out. Really helps you not lose the back end of the car in the DS's.
We can't afford to lose too much time. Go for the overtake.
Easy to say, man. You're not the one driving a Ferrari on slick tyres in the rain. And it's not just any Ferrari. Remember, this is the Fiat, because of how difficult it was, how slow it was. Oop, oh, sorry. That was a mishap on my part. I always mess up that corner. I always misjudge the braking. I brake far too late for that corner. I think if it was in the drive, it'd be okay, but I underestimated because it's wet. I will say, credit where credit's due. They get the rain removal from the spray pretty accurate in this game, actually. Like on the slower corners, the water goes away far less quickly than it does on the faster corners and on the long straights. So that corner does catch me out that hairpin. But no time to talk about that now. I've just made the pass on Gutierrez, and I've got someone else up next. Who's this? Maldonado. Okay, let's hope he's kind to me, but this is Maldonado, so we don't really know, do we? Yes, excellent. Slowly making up the places. Tire temperatures are okay. Brakes are all good. Tire wear's all good. Car conditions all good. Everything is set to go. Just in the purple first sector as well. Things are going well, lads. I think we can do this. We can do this. Sorry, Valtteri.
You're in his dirty air. You've lost some front-end grip.
Not very useful when I'm in a battle with Jean-Eric Vergne, Andy. You really do pick your times to talk to me, don't you? Okay, so we're coming up to about halfway distance now. In the race, I do believe it's not this lap. Next lap, the AI start pitting for slick tyres. They go onto the, they pit the option tyres. It's next lap, I believe. Oh, I stand corrected. They're doing it this lap.
There are quite a few cars in the pits right now. Watch out for cars exiting the pit.
And there is Rosberg, who's leading the race on the slick option tyres. I will say, it could be easy to get scared by the AI because you know they're on option tyres, but in all honesty, despite them being on the softer tyre, their race pace actually isn't that good around here. Yeah, so you can honestly generally stay ahead of them, even though you're on primes and on options, they're actually generally not that much faster than you. Again, just keep things consistent so you can leapfrog them from the pits, and even now you can generally stay ahead of them for most of the race. I know Rosberg is right there behind me. I'm just going to play it a bit safe initially. Careful on the same there. See that they struggle through that. Thankfully, you don't have to pit in this race, and the idea is that the AI will do a one stop. You have to do a no stop. But by doing so, you can win the race. Rich. I don't think Rosberg can catch us. I think we're going to do it. I think Rosberg, in doing so, playing it safe, has thrown away the win. Let's just make sure I don't throw away the win like I did in the last video in Singapore. Still can't believe I did that. I just botched up that corner so badly. But this time, it's win it or lose it. There is no middle ground on this race. Good to be racing at Suzuka, I must say. Suzuka, I have a lot of fond memories of this circuit, not only from the F1 games, but the Gran Turismo games as well. Well, given they are very dear to me, the Gran Turismo games, especially Gran Turismo 4. First video game I ever played was that game. So I've been racing on this circuit for quite a few years, and even then I do still struggle with it. I do like Suzuka circuit. It is definitely one I like. But although I do like it, I do still struggle with it sometimes, Suzuka. If I'm not on a car that has downforce, I do struggle with the S's. I do find them very challenging to nail. But I guess that's the beauty of the circuit. Fast, challenging corners to nail. But when you do nail them, it feels so satisfying. Now we can take 130 up flat out, thankfully. The rain has mostly cleared up. We'll take that flat out. You know what, I think theoretically we could keep it in rich for the rest of this race. I'm going to see if I can do that. Just keep it in rich for the rest of the race, and I think we're golden. How does it feel, Mercedes? Who's dominating the race now, huh? Yeah, of course. Mercedes domination did start this year, and I mean, domination is generally not something people like, unless you are a die-hard fan of the team who's dominating. No one's particularly fan of the ones who just dominates the rest. Which is, it's not a failure on it's not a failure on Mercedes. I mean, the fact is that they absolutely nailed these 2014 hybrid regulations in real life, and seriously, incredible respect and admiration for the team that they were able to do that. But it really was not fun to watch. Seeing them just win again, and again, year after year, race after race. Oh, I can't tell you how happy I was when 2021 came around and we actually had a proper title battle. Mercedes versus Red Bull. Even now, I think it's still one of my all-time favourite years, 2021. Kind of reminds me of 2006, actually, thinking about it. You had the experienced 7-time world champion going up against a young up-and-coming rookie who was able to take the title right to him. So many similarities that year. It was incredible, right? 2021, absolutely incredible. Thank you, Andy. That actually is the info I need to know. So I know I'm not saying too much, guys, but in this scenario, as I sort of basically what I'll say beforehand, when you're dominating, there isn't really much to say. Aside from, well, what do you guys think of Suzuka? Is it one of your favourite tracks, or is it one you've always struggled to get the hang of? I mean, it is challenging. This is a very challenging circuit. I mean, I've been racing on the circuit for, like I've said, ever since I was 5, really, so vast majority of my life I've been driving on the circuit, and even now I still struggle with it in certain cases. Certain races, certain cases, I do struggle on it. But when you nail it, it is an absolute joy to drive this circuit. It really is.
The tyres have picked up some marbles. Keep to the racing line and wear them off.
Oh no! Anyways, one of my favourite quotes from Top Gear. Oh, I'm gonna miss those three guys now that they've retired. Retired from the Grand Tour at least. It was my childhood. It really was, those guys. Ooh, what's happened to the DRS? It's got an X over now, wasn't there before? Does that mean it's malfunctioning? It's not working? Oh well. But once again, oh no! Anyways, I wasn't using it anyways.
2 laps remaining. 2 laps until the end of the race.
Well, I am really surprised at how relatively easy this scenario was. I only did one practice one of this thing, and even then I did very well. So, actually, in these last 2 laps, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the hard scenarios of this game. I like them. There's always something I've really enjoyed about a scenario mode, just plonking you in the car, giving you a simple scenario that you can do. I've always liked that. Probably stems from my love of the license tests in the Gran Turismo games. So here's my rundown on which test or which scenario in this game do I think is the most difficult. I'm actually going to say the first one, driving that Red Bull in wet conditions on intermediate tyres against Alonso on wet tyres. That, honestly, is one of the hardest challenges I've ever done in my life. Like I said, I didn't even do any practice runs of that challenge. I just knew I'd struggled, and I thought to myself, you know what, I decided on the heat of the moment, let's just give it a try and see what happens. I actually went into that challenge expecting to lose, and the fact that I came away winning it was a genuine surprise to me. Though I knew that meant it was the start of something special on this channel. So for the next race, Hungary, again that one, generally I wouldn't say it's too hard. I mean, the lack of downforce is annoying to deal with, but it's nothing crazy, in my opinion. Nothing crazy when you're in Hungary. Silverstone, again, the fact that you're able to carry on, you get such a lead in the pit stops, because the pit stops in this game aren't actually that fast.
Fuel and temperatures are good.
Yeah, because you get such a lead, it's actually really easy to simply build a gap and then just maintain that for the rest of the race. Very easy to do that. And then the last scenario, Singapore. Again, even on my practice runs, I could have done very well. I knew I could have, well, got a podium there and then. It was actually pretty easy. They say use a strong grid start, and yeah, you can very easily get a good start and get them all into turn 1. Very easily done. Of course, I want to go for the win, but just getting a podium is actually super easy. And this scenario, it's a bit demoralising at first when you see how slow you are compared to the AI, but the circuit does come back to you. It really does.
Between you and the car behind.
I hope you said 15 seconds there, not 5, Andy, because if you said 5, you need to get your glasses changed. And anyway, so this scenario, again, it seems impossible at first, but if you just give it a few tries, it's actually pretty easy. So of all the hard scenarios, I say that the first scenario, Cloudburst, is actually the hardest one, which, interesting that they made that the hardest, but that's just my experience. Let me guys know what your experience was, what you think of these scenarios. Do you have any fond memories of them? Any difficulties with them? Or do you just not like them because it's F1 2014? I don't know. Anyways, that is the win! Redemption for Singapore. As Daniel Ricciardo would say, redemption for last time.
Taken a completely flawless driver for the Ferrari to finish first today, and that's exactly what we witnessed. Starting way back in 17th, an absolute refusal to abide by expectations saw him fight his way up the grid, car after car.
Ah, thank you, Crofty. Well, you know, watching the weather forecast does help you sometimes. Surprised the others didn't do it. So that is the Flying Finn scenario completed and all of the hard scenarios on F1 2014 done. And while all the hard scenarios are done, I guarantee you guys, this is only the beginning. I've got something big planned for this channel and big planned for this game coming up very soon. So if you're excited to see what's going to happen, stay tuned for that. In the meantime, this has been F1 2014. I have been Formula Turismo, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.